Earlier today, I put out a video just trying to be honest with my subscribers about the list. You know what list I'm talking about. And about the files. You know what files I'm talking about. The files and the list that we were promised would be released soon. And look, I want those files, I want that list to be released just about as much, if not more, than anyone else. Probably more than most of the people watching this video, because this is what I do for a living. And I believe that list, along with the files, would prove a lot of what I've said over the years to be true. It would prove that a lot of these conspiracies are real. It would prove to the naysayers that, hey, maybe I did know what I was talking about. So I am invested when it comes to this list and when it comes to these files. I want them out. But I'm also not stupid. And I'm also not going to be played like a fiddle, played like a fool. I'm not going to be strung along by politicians who claim they want something when in reality they don't. Now, some of my subscribers have asked me, why am I so confident that we're not going to get the list, or we're not going to get the truth about the files or the real files? Why do I feel so strongly about this? Well, it's really easy, folks. The main reason I feel this way is not because there's a holdup on them releasing this information. The main reason I feel this way is because they announced that they had a task force that was going to be going through all of these documents. Everything from 9/11, MLK, JFK, UFOs, and the list, and the files. They created a special task force to go over all of this information, right? To release this information. Now, folks, let's use our noodle. Let's use common sense. Have any of you all ever seen the PB and J Otter show from back in the day? Do the noodle dance. Everyone do the noodle dance. Use your brain. Since when did we need a task force to tell the truth? It's not hard to tell the truth. It's not hard to release the truth. The truth does not need to come with anything on the side. The truth doesn't need a task force to go over the information before anyone else sees it. You don't need a task force to tell the truth. You need a task force to control the truth. So the moment they announced that there would be a task force overseeing all of this, I immediately knew, okay, we ain't getting They ain't going to tell us the truth about Yeah, they may give us some tidbits, right? To just appease people a little bit, to shut people up a little bit, but they ain't telling us the truth about a task force? Really? Do you think we're that dumb? I know some people are, but I'm not. You don't establish an entire task force to tell the truth. Release the documents. Release the files. Release the confidential information. You don't need a task force to do that. And then you look at the people on this task force, and if you do your research, it doesn't take much. Just do a little digging. You will see that every single person on this task force is receiving money, political donations, whatever you want to call it, from certain places, certain people, certain entities, certain countries, certain organizations that would all be invested in the truth not coming out. Not a single person on the task force is not receiving money from people who are invested in hiding the truth. So that makes me very confident that the people within this task force have an incentive to hide certain things, to craft a different narrative. Sure, they may come out, like I said, with some information, but they're going to hide other information. And if you don't get the full truth, then you don't get the real truth. That's just how it goes. We're done with the half-truths. We're done with the, oh, well, this seems kind of real, or maybe it's fake. No, we want the truth, and we deserve the truth. But they've already established a task force to make sure that we don't get it. They want a middleman between us and the information. And that middleman is going to ensure that the people that pay them and the people who they have loyalties to aren't implicated or exposed in the process of releasing the information that they've promised that they would release to us. So in no way, shape, or form, there is no possibility of us getting the 100% truth about any of this. We're not. It's just that plain and simple. And I don't want to be the one to upset you. I don't want to be the one to have to tell you this. But I feel like I have an obligation to be honest with the people who watch my videos. And that's the problem with YouTube, content creation, and everything as a whole right now, is because people don't feel like they have that obligation. I always feel like I have the obligation to be honest with you all and to be direct with you all, even when I know that it's something that I'm saying that's not popular or won't be liked. So I feel obligated to, instead of stringing you along, I could put out a bunch of videos and make money like, oh my God, the files are coming. Guess what? Oh my God, the news is dropping tomorrow. And then I'll put the dramatic music, the creepy horror music in the background. You won't believe what the task force is getting ready to do now. You'll see videos like that all over the internet, a dime a dozen, but you're not going to hear many people sit down and directly tell you that we're all being played and that none of this information is really going to come out. And the information that does come out eventually isn't going to be the full truth, if even the truth at all. And if you look around, if you're paying close enough attention, they're already floating the excuses out there, folks. They're already floating the excuses out there as to why we're not going to get this information. Now we got former FBI agents, former FBI employees. They're going to be appearing on podcasts telling everyone, oh, the FBI is scrubbing all of the files. The FBI is scrubbing all of the information, and there's nothing we can do about it. We'll never be able to recover those files. Listen, folks, over the coming days and weeks, you're going to see that type of talk on all types of podcasts. Oh, the FBI, yeah, they're shady. They were back there scrubbing this, they're scrubbing that. Yeah, or you just don't want to tell us the truth. They're trying to float, they want their cake and they want to eat it too. They want to say, oh, we're going to, do a complete rehaul of the FBI. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're in charge now. But oh wait, we have no control over those FBI agents who are scrubbing all of the files. They're scrubbing the list, and we can't stop them. It's all a freaking show, folks. It's a freaking show. So the excuse out there right now is they're going to blame the FBI for scrubbing the files, right? Does anyone here in their right mind think that the FBI waited? They just sat there and waited until a month or so into Trump's presidency. They waited and Kash Patel is confirmed as FBI director, and they're just now deciding, oh, well, I guess we should go scrub these files. We need to go scrub these files. No, folks. If these things were scrubbed, they were scrubbed long ago. And here's another thing that I need people to understand. For the love of God, I don't even care. If you don't believe in God, it doesn't matter. For the love of freaking humanity, stop thinking that these powerful people, the government, the powers that be, these agencies, stop thinking that they keep official documentation of all of their wrongdoing, because they don't. Sure, you could look through these files, these various government files about various things, and you will find out that, man, we've been doing a lot of shady stuff. We've been doing a lot of weird stuff over the years. And yeah, we do document a lot of it. They keep official documents about a lot of the crazy, shady, weird stuff they're doing for sure. But not all of it. Not all of it. I highly doubt that they come in at the end of the night. Well, we had a great night with those underage kids on that island. Let's make sure we jot it all down just in case we want to expose ourselves in the future. Oh man, Bill Clinton was there. Stephen Hawking was there. A bunch of underage kids. Man, it was a real blast. Let's go make sure we document this. Let's make sure that, people could find out about all of this in the future. That's not how this works, folks. So people who think that, there's just this official documentation of everything done wrong ever. No, there's not. I'm sorry. I know they try to make it seem that way, and the reason they try to make it seem that way is because they want you to be afraid, like these are this all-powerful people that know everything, and they have, receipts of everything, but in reality, some of this stuff doesn't need to be scrubbed because some of this stuff wasn't documented in the first place. But I'm really interested in seeing how this plays out. Because it's going to play out one of two ways. Either this task force is going to pick all of these files and documents apart, and by the time we get to see stuff, it's going to be a shell, a husk of what it used to be. And I experience this all the time with UFO documents and stuff like that. We're going to see something like that, or we're going to see nonstop chaos. It's one of two ways. We're not getting the truth. Either we're going to get some total BS to try to appease people and shut them up, or we're going to get a chain of shocking, world-freaking shaking events over the next couple of weeks, days, and months that will deter the conversation very far away from what people are focused on right now. That's how this is all going to play out. But there is no option where this ends with this task force who is accepting money from the same people that he who must not be named was accepting money from. The same people who he who must not be named, these files, this list, the same person, right? The same person that they're talking about exposing, they're receiving money from the people who supported that person. That should tell you everything. But you guys could do your own research. You could come to your own conclusions, and we'll see how this plays out. For now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.